Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. Where have you been this past month? The end of the world. Are things truly so dire? Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we in the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Mayhap 'twould be for the best. Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary. But I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your Majesty would do better to ask this of the Regent King. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
'Tis admirable how Regent Kinsven has taken up command of the kingdom. We would be remiss not to offer him our aid.
Understood.
Wait for the new equipment to come in.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the common folk before her selfish whims. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate, and I would fain welcome your assistance. We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely touched. Between you and me, I fear for her health. Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? Well, far be it from me to deny you. But I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. All I did for my darling son. So do as you will. I have no intention of begging for mercy. What are you doing? Unhand me at once! Guards, help me!
You have brought Mother to me, I see. My thanks, friend. You have done me a great service.
Sven.
You may leave us. Now that we can speak without a door twixt us, I am confident that I can persuade her. Not what to make of this.
What's to be done about this?
I dare say I could forget all my troubles.
This all is far from comfortable.
I'd sooner stay out of the battle where it's possible. I only pray my watch is such a thing to tie my boobs.
I'll feel a side better once I've had my dinner.
I'm in fine. Still not come.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses.
How might I be of service?
Seems my humming would be unwelcome.
Could have sworn.
We need more grace than trades.
I've no notion of what awaits. And that is terrifying.
Ah, good, you return. I find myself on edge when you stray from my line of sight.
As long as I get my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. His Grace is welcome to them.
We have chartered the ox carts as requested. 'Tis a pleasant change for things to go so smoothly, eh, Master?
Not a bad idea.
The only person I believe in is myself.
Surely I can permit myself but a moment's rest. Those new recruits can barely live. When does my
Dare
watch?
say I could forget all my troubles.
I'm in fine.
Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign solely for your own benefit. Yet in truth, you sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And handsomely at that. Besides, I cannot deny that I was proud. I wished to see my own son on the throne, and no other.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been avoided, had I only been more attentive. If I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together we could have walked a better path.
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis yours.
My son, you truly would make a fine and goodly ruler. Your kindness will save many lives. Of that I have no doubt.
Ah, you've returned. How fares your procurement of those carts? You do? My thanks. That puts paid to the last of our preparations. I will inform the citizenry forthwith.
What to do about combat training?
It's too quiet here. Up with Whatever am I to do?
I'll go and open the chest.
We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
What business have you?
Must you run so fast?
Welcome. You're well met. Do come again.
But be sure to buy all.
I'll gladly stay a while.
I'm not into it.
Well met.
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
Sir Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it. Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned, I see. With the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return, to render what aid I may. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes. And should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
'Tis no mere tavern brawl we are to mediate, Master. Due caution is advised, methinks.
You've pushed your luck to...
How dare you!
I've had well enough of your nitpicking. I reckon the world would be better off without you. Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business. This is between us. Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
I must stand firm.
Wears thin.
Have you lost your bloody mind? Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set our squabble aside for today, so bother us no more.
If I were you, Master, I'd not leave this unread.
It couldn't hurt to take a...
Oi! I saw it first. Pho, trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
You there! You couldn't have come at a better time. Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. If that's what you think, why don't you mind your own business?
All right, clear off. Pretty words shan't fill our bellies.
How dare you? You'll get what's coming to you.
You said it's bad to hurt people. Wow! Thanks, sir. Say, Rakim, would you like some? I can't eat all this myself.
Really? Thanks. That's mighty kind of you. If only our fathers could do the same.
Oi, leave my kid alone.
You're not some child snatcher, are you?
Wait, you shared your food with them. Thank you, sir. As for you, Nomos, it would seem we were both but looking out for our children, eh?
Aye. Mayhap we're not so different after all. And we both had children fed. We've no reason to quarrel.
The desire to protect one's kin transcends race and culture. It just goes to show we're none of us so different.
Huzzah! You've done it!
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there.
You're just riding on your father's coattails.
You slander my honor, sir. I demand a duel. This is no business of yours. Be gone!
Now, Narborough, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhandedness.
Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The bloody nerve of him.
And I'd say it again. 'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
You have my gratitude, sir. Let us delay no further. Come, Scario. Prepare yourself.
Have at you!
If I might be so bold as to speak my mind, when I was an archer, I thought myself a master of ranged combat. Laughable, isn't it?
Not the best you can do. Put your back into it.
Oh?
Heavens, no!
Steal yourself! You're made of tougher stuff. We're still in the fight.
I admit it. I underestimated your skill. The loss is mine.
Nay, 'twas I who underestimated you. I'd thought to score an easy victory, but you fought fair and capably.
We owe you a debt, sir. 'Tis on your account that we've seen some sense. Were it not for your timely appearance, I'd wager this nonsense might have cost one of us their life.
Indeed. Better to hone our respective skills than take up arms against petty slights, I say.
It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this.
My heart is light as a feather after that exchange.
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take issue with your methods, but I cannot deny your efficacy. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day. I hope you will accept this humble reward for your efforts.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now.
'Tis easily done. Slim pickings of late.
I only polished it this morning.
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her ere they conclude.
Stay your hand, Vera. This one may pass. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you. Yet, ere we part ways, we would make another request of you. It regards Lord Phaesus. Though we have implored the man to join the evacuation, he has staunchly refused to leave this land behind. We thought that he might be more inclined to heed your words, as our own have fallen on deaf ears. Would you be willing to call on him in our stead? Of course, you are free to decline if our proposal is an unwelcome one.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
Batol and the rest town are now safely evacuated. I am certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep the peace.
Outstanding.
Let my fur lie out.
Oh, very well. Back to your side I go.
I fear for the arbor. Bread with fury.
It would seem there is fire
What have you done to earn its
The very
ire?
world was on the threat.
Isilrod fanum kana elke minhum.
Kommentar.
Lungtena
peli telume. Ane martir, tindome ingarina fa alme al carwa?
Elalia, lui?
Herminda. Heruarminda.
Ilem nun les canalin halia lo.
Bronde minita.
Vir al kaliel.
I fear for the arbor.
Bread with fury.
My friend, how glad I am to see you yet live. When word reached me of your uncanny disappearance, I admit I feared the worst. What has become of this world? Our people fear for the future. We cannot be sure we will be safe here, yet this place is all we know, all we have. You think we need to evacuate? I see. And you know of a place where we might find refuge? I should gladly follow you, but I fear my father will not be so easily persuaded. Nonetheless, we can but try. Come.
As arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the elven people. Let us follow our guide, that we might speak with him.
I knew it to be so.
Findelnar, ne veo norwende lis kemen, moriven les erumar meltol netara.
Kasinke telpe nun finaler, nun mor arta her. Fionar elwe arfarne nenwen sur orne, I avstir lalastar, nun falasmir magananon.
Mornambue roth enfane avasilmines fana. Nevea tara morevin, lis fa aldakar kemen rose oi andil. Kemen rose elame mor orne arenca liasu, li arranca su morevin. Lia morevin onduiroth mine falis ne kenalien martir. Palan venis in heranon eluisoronne eruor.
nullis amanda kill angadur femor.
Kemenrosse andil soron russa ne karilm ilarato. Ne jameran en firiav la sestir. Eame via angamar en adaya. Moretele erando morivun telume?
Findalnar, morivin les charmenan? Nefa oyo sur, airando vanitol malantar. Minas vana teralia.
Alcarwa firnun eldaya. Ane martir, tindome ingarina fa alme alcarwa? Et aler, lea fermor eldalia eralotte. Sorne an fameltol, vanalin hyror soron, casinque telpe nun finaler. Lera nefir heranon, anne arteher firnis, nullis amanda kill angadur.
Only time will tell whether the cutting shall take root. For now, let us make for the seafloor shrine.
No quarrel here.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Casinque telpe nun finaler. Lera nefir heranon, anne arteher firnis. Aidalia anandor, nun lintan. Heror anne oia fermor, anendune falumtena?
Nenamboe javstir uru Findalnar, liateren ayale. Kemen ros uru neteren, neromen anartelpe minasvana. Nun kemen ros osto luin eldalia, ne kemen vea alcarua.
Luintarme kinalen meltol, parante lume anlis, ne kemen kayayinju munsil. Ne meltol linkan aldacar an fir nun fiamor. Morivin paran vanis tiel?
Palan hiarmenran, lis fa arnefane. Elorato ala, nun mor artaher. Firnis an erumar isilrod eteller, lera aetena. Nenwen mor aiwanon, alcarwa fir nun eldaya menelume sur carilm. Iavstir lalastar, nun falasmir malananon, anamor lis turculium ecialis.
I thank you, friend. It would be no exaggeration to say that you have saved my people.
Your fight continues, does it not? Be well, and come back safe.
Mina Fairmorphin and Tarma.
Salma
Findermund? We're on their Minotaur.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
Spending so freely offers a unique sort of joy. Let's keep our noses to the grindstone, that we might do it again soon.
Elelote osto silfa malantha alekano mine. In fair avehum. Sinde fir areng.
Svindemund Fionar.
To think that the world could shift so suddenly and so utterly. 'Tis a frightful thing.
Ah, I remember you. What brings you to the encampment? 'Tis a miracle you're still alive, though I dare say that's true of all of us. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense, but as for his wife, well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any of my knights on her doorstep. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you, a third party, as 'twere. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready to depart with all due haste.
Ah, I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
'Tis as you say.
You're no soldier. I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a reef. Much obliged.
Oh, that took nary a moment. Now that we're here... What did you have in mind, Arisen?
You wish me to return? At once, Master.
Master, I'm not sure how much longer I can keep going without rest.
You're not the only one. I'm on my last legs. Saurians!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Well now, whatever brings you here? These are perilous times to be wandering about. You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety, my dear, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand extended only in kindness.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful. The path seems much changed.
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins, I wonder?
Would you find Sir Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
I'll not stand for this.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg your assistance. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. Sir Lamond, his name is. The man's something of a regular at our hot springs. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon you to try your hand? At this point, methinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. 'Twould be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
That's just what I was thinking.
Fancy meeting ye here, cuz. Did you want something? Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Of course ye'd make a decent request like that. Aye, fine. I'll do it. Seeing as ye're the one asking. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this place behind, but you've my word. I'll get them to safety.
Sir Lamond shall be a boon to the evacuation effort. Let us inform Sir Ernesto of our success.
That's just what I was thinking.
I cannot thank you enough for all you've done. We shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamont's arm to defend us. 'Twill be slow going, mind. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
There's no wrong to divine.
Tis a ballista, Arisen.
Let us make use of this during battle. I've no doubt 'twould catch our foes unawares.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such Arisen dismissed me after only half a day of service.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Thank you, Arisen. My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
Master, I vow to weigh my every word before speaking, and when in doubt, I shall hold my tongue. Let us work together to
That was well fought.
You are mighty indeed, Arisen. Was this ox cart assailed? It is in a dreadful state. No room for carelessness.
You have my protection.
This has gone from bad to worse.
I shall summon a storm to blow out those. Well done! You'll not live to regret this. This stellar bombardment shall leave nothing standing.
I shan't allow any further harm to come to you.
This place does not have long left, I fear. We ought to get to safety, though I have to wonder if anywhere is safe now. I'd gladly accompany you, believe me. But the others here? Well, suffice to say, they won't be able to join us. Follow me. You'll see what I mean.
This is clearly designed to carry us somewhere. It could prove useful.
I dare say there'd be no harm in using this.
'Tis a jail of sorts, this place. A compound where we set captured pawns to work. They were supposed to be digging up old ruins or some such. I confess, I don't know all of the ins and outs of the operation. Underlings like myself were given orders, and little else, you see.
A treasure chest. Oh, my mistake. 'Tis merely another spot for gathering materials.
Well, here you have it. They've been like this for a month straight now. They refuse to leave. You might as well try talking to a wall. You'd have more luck. I know they don't die like we do, but it seems cruel to abandon them here, all the same. I never wanted to be here, you know, taking part in all of this. The enslavement of pawns doesn't sit well with me. I suppose that's why I can't bring myself to leave them behind. Either that, or the current state of the world helps to put things in perspective. At any rate, I've tried everything I can think of to get them out, but naught's done any good. I'm at rather a loss.
The command came a month ago or more. We are to remain here, and so we remain.
I implore you, Arisen, take me with you.
So they're staying here because they were ordered to remain. And they told you that, did they? Strange. I couldn't get a word out of them. I wonder why they saw fit to speak with you. But never mind that. More importantly, you've given me an inkling of the problem at hand. It was the Overseer's doing, methinks. When the world changed, that craven up and ran for his life. But on his way out, he used that artifact they call the God's Way to command the pawns to protect him. I expect that order of his is what the pawns were referring to. But why would they continue to obey when the man is long gone? Unless... Listen, friend. I've a thought. What say you have a look around and see what you can turn up? If the Overseer's command is indeed still in effect, it could be that he is lurking somewhere not far from here. Use that key to have a look around. It should open any doors you come across. Best keep your eyes peeled for the Overseer as well. I have a feeling he's still lurking about here somewhere.
Look! Master, a treasure chest! We shall have to find a way to reach it.
At your leisure, sir.
Methinks we picked up a key somewhere.
Put it in the lock. We'll soon know if it is the right one. So the pawns were being held here by the power of this godspeed. Now they ought to be free to make good their escape.
Splendid.
Well met, sir. How's the day? Why, Peru. At your left. Do you come again?
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
I wish I knew your restraint, Arisen.
So, there was naught left of the Overseer but bones, eh? I'll wager he thought to take the pawns with him to the grave. He always was a spiteful old goat. At any rate, I'm well grateful for your aid, friend. Now that the pawns are on their feet, methinks I only hope they'll heed my words as they have yours. But I'm not worried. I'll find a way to reach them in time, no doubt. My word! Isn't this the God's sway? With this, I'll be able to guide the pawns to the refuge without delay. Now there's no chance of any of them being left behind. Seems I've no end of things to thank you for, my friend. I appreciate all you've done here. I'll get the pawns to safety, don't you worry.
With this, their evacuation is all but assured. God's sways are loathsome artifacts, but I suppose they have their uses.
That was certainly worthwhile.
Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.